want to talk about something that not everyone talks about and is willing to talk about as a coach in this world is I'm still healing too. This isn't a before and after story. There isn't some final project version of me that I've got it all figured out. There's just the truth of where I've been and where I am right now and where I want to go. And so if you're new here, my name is Marla. I'm creator of Love Your Body, Love Yourself. I'm the author of Befriend Yourself, Finding Freedom with Food and Peace with Your Body, where I go into all about my story. I share a lot of vulnerability. I share a lot about what happened. Check that out. Check out my book. Check out other videos here. And I talk about the cyclical nature of healing your relationship with food and your body. And if you don't know, if you haven't seen that video, I invite you to check it out. And I talk about how it is cyclical and how we can really be in it. And then we get more and more space from the insanity. And then it comes back and then it goes away and then it comes back. Or it's what I have found for myself is that these issues that were screaming at me before are now faint little whispers, or there's an understanding of where they've come from. So there was a time, let's just talk about where I've come from. There was a time I couldn't trust myself around food. I think about it. I think about my food all the time. I would restrict all the time. I had so much shame around what I looked like. I felt bigger than I actually was. I'd had total body dysmorphia. I'd stare in the mirror at myself. I'd try to catch myself all the time. I'd compare myself to everyone else. I would never feel safe and free in my body. I blocked myself from pleasure. And if I allowed pleasure in, then I would feel shame about it. And I had what I call a life sucker. That sucked the life out of me. And I was a shell of who I was. I could still feel myself. And I had moments of, confidence and joy. And the Marla that is the Marla would come through. But it came through this really kind of like wah, wah, wah experience, right? And I knew that there was something that was holding me back. Duh, right? It was so much pain. So today, things are different. So it is through this experience of healing my relationship with my body and food and helping you, helping my clients, helping other people heal their relationship with their body and food, that although there's still healing to be done, everything is more subtle, everything is more kinder, everything is softer. For example, there are times I get on a scale, which don't do it very often, but where I've gotten on a scale and I'm like, ooh, look at me. Oh, wow, I really like that number, right? And I'm like, I have to catch myself because I know that experience, it leads to the other side of it, which is I get on the scale and it's higher than I want it to be. And then there's a little bit of a spin out. Now, this is the thing. I catch it. I work with it. And when that feels intense to me, I know deep down in my soul that the upset that is in that has absolutely nothing to do with my self-worth. I know that it's still that part of me that is wanting to be healed. There's still a younger part in there that says, it's not safe to be here. And so I know where it's coming from and I know how to be with it. And I know how to care for myself. And I know how to do all the things to make myself feel better. So even this morning, I was eating my breakfast and it's a very subtle thing. And it's a learning with the body. It's a somatic experience where I was eating my breakfast and my belly was getting full. And I noticed I kept eating. I'm like, okay, wait, well, let's slow down here. Your belly is full. So I took my bowl and I set it over there. And for me, those are the things that I'm still healing. The subtlety of realizing I'm stuffed, but I still like eating. So as I said, I'm still working with this, but it's coming from a place of love. It's not like, I can't believe you. You're still full and you're still eating. I'm like, well, it actually tasted really good, right? And it was eating something that maybe years ago would have been like a shameful breakfast. And now it's just something that I eat sometimes. So let's talk a little bit more about how this shows up in my life still right now. When I go home to see my family, or I go to a place that hasn't seen me for a little while, I have the voices come in, you were thinner before, or, oh, wow, you do have wrinkles now. All these things, these voices will come in. I'm not void of the voices. I live in this world of diet culture. We're still inundated with these. Sometimes it will make me take an action that is like, okay, there's a fear in there. I'm like, okay, what can I eat differently today? Or what can I do more? I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. I will catch it and I will respond with love. Now there are things that I used to do in the past that are completely gone. I'm like, I can't even believe I used to do that. Like, I would say a lot of my behaviors are gone. They don't exist anymore. I don't binge. I haven't binged in I don't even know when the last time that I binged. I don't restrict and binge and shame myself and put myself down and call myself ugly. I would sit in the mirror and tell myself I was ugly. Now, do I catch myself being like, ooh? Yeah. But, sometimes the ooh is like, okay, go take a shower. It's not about my self-worth. So the reason I'm telling you this is because I think in this world of before and after pictures, and I think in this world of coaches acting like, if you work with me, you will be healed. Your life will change. And none of this will ever show up again in your life. I cannot guarantee that. I can't. But what I can guarantee is that you're going to get so much of your life back. And what you're going to find, and what I have realized, is that we all have coping mechanisms. Every human being has their coping mechanisms that they go to. Maybe it's disassociation. Maybe it's looking at their phone. Maybe it's having a drink. Maybe it's working too much. These are all coping mechanisms. My coping mechanism is negative body image. That can distract me from actually feeling feelings. If I'm eating a little too much, that is usually something that I can tell that when I'm doing that, I'm avoiding something. So when these behaviors come in for me, I know what to do about it, and I have tools. And that's what I can offer my clients, is a deep, deep search into why you're using these coping mechanisms and how to be with yourself instead of beating yourself up. So that in your life, these coping mechanisms, the binging, the emotional eating, is a signal to you that something is going on underneath. It's not to remove it all, because there's divine guidance in our coping mechanisms. They show us where we are out of alignment, when we're reaching for food, when we're restricting, when we're calling ourselves names. Oh, coping mechanism is here. Let's be with that differently. That is a beautiful opportunity to reframe these behaviors from a place of there's something wrong with me and I'm broken, to, oh, coping mechanism is here, or, oh, wow, I'm feeling this urge to binge. Wow. I'm remembering a story. I want to bring this in right now. A few months ago, I did have an urge to binge in a way that I hadn't had in, like I said, years and years. And I was going through it, and I was feeling uncomfortable. I was feeling like I was having like an existential crisis. And I said to my husband, I'm like, oh my gosh, I feel like I want to binge. Like, I'm so uncomfortable in my body. And I knew that there was something here to be with. And I healed, and I loved, and I took care of myself in such a beautiful way. And so when the urges come, the healing process is not to beat ourselves up, but is to love and care for ourselves. And I teach people how to do that. No, will you stop emotionally eating? Will you heal from a lot of these behaviors if you'd work with me or work with someone else? Yes, I believe that you will. I believe that you can. I believe that some of these behaviors and the shameful way that you're being with yourself will disappear, will erase from your life and from your body, and the trauma can be released, and repair and trust can happen with yourself and your body. And you can begin to feel safe around food. I believe it with all my heart. I've seen it. I've felt it in so many of my clients, and so much of my own life. And you're not a before and after picture. You are a body with a soul, and with a history, and with a past, and with an opportunity to love on yourself in so many, so many ways. I hope this is helpful for you, for me to share a little bit of the insides out of what healing looks like, and how you can be with it, and how you can care for yourself on this journey. So I'm going to put some links below on how I can better serve you if you're wanting more support in this area. Oh, we're all in this together. I'm sending you so much love.